Ladies and gentlemen, it's live. And it's a Friday night on the Christian Show. On tonight's panel, we have guitarist, drummer, bassist extraordinaire, Nick Burns. And deep in this room full of wires, Father Menace. Unbelievable, Christian. But all that doesn't matter. Because it's all about the Lone Star State now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Chrissy Ann Show.
Hello, YouTube. Howdy, y'all. It's me. I made it. I'm alive. I'm in Texas, and I am loving it. It's so exciting. I'm so happy to be here. So happy to be here with Nick, Sidekick Nick. I'm so happy to be here with Father Menace. But, you guys, we have a little talking to do.
First of all, you're not even showing your face, so I'm not going to take anything you say seriously. Go ahead.
But yeah, we'll talk off camera, fellas. We got to clear some air here.
There is a reason why I missed your phone call earlier.
Somebody pass some gas.
It's Chrissy. She's calling about something, and I don't think it's good. So I'll just
it's like you get it's like this. You're like, oh god, it's Chrissy, man. You're like doing this, and you throw the phone somewhere under the couch.
Right.
I mean, you just throw it under the couch.
Be like, whoops. See.
We got in here. We got Freedom. We've got Jervis, we got DM, we've got Alex, we've got History B, we've got Bruce, we've got Michelle. I missed everybody. But this is pretty cool. I should have left. And we've got the match. Dude, I love Douche. You're so awesome.
But anyways, I mean, if you have anything to say to us, just say it now. I mean,
should I say it in front of everybody?
Well, you should,
of the age, everyone. Spit of the age.
I mean, if you know, if you got something to say, say it.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah.
It's one thing when my mother gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
She left you guys messages.
Yeah.
She didn't leave me a message.
Yes, she did.
I didn't get one.
Well, you need to go back and check.
Mm-hmm.
Go check what? What am I checking?
You guys went over the hour. This is like a 1 hour show. You guys went doubled in time.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Your point is what exactly?
We're supposed to be. It's a 1 hour show, you guys.
Just like the Minnow, right? It was a 1 hour tour, and then what happened?
Then they crashed because they went too long.
We didn't crash. We didn't crash. Everything is just fine. Everyone's back at home. We're not on a desert island somewhere. Oh, no, I wish I was with Marianne.
Okay, what else you got?
Thank you, Jervis.
What else you got? So we went 2 hours. Big whoop.
It was the request. It was the request of all the people that were tuning in. They just wanted to keep going on.
Yeah.
If the people liked it, then okay. I guess I can't get on you.
Joe got on.
I was amazed. I was like, wait a second. How could there be 14 people still on here? But they were still there.
Wow.
Father was
Those are the diehards.
Father goes, I can't believe there's people still in here.
Wait. What's this? Alex says, no matter what they say, it was not my fault. What happened?
Where?
Alex says, no matter what they say, it was not his fault.
Oh, maybe.
Well, it's never his fault.
Maybe he was the instigator of like, no, stay on.
Oh.
He's like, how dare you not, sign off in an hour when nobody has to work tomorrow? How dare you?
No felonies were committed.
So you had the whole, adventure, leaving California, and then coming up to the state line, you're leaving California, you see Arizona. Welcome to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You had, your gremlins with you in the passenger seat. So, I mean, you got to tell us about the adventure.
No problems. It was just like, it was a safe, nice journey. Yeah, I got to Arizona. Lilu did run away. I had to go chase her a little bit, which is really hard for her to do because she's got arthritis and she's a little old lady.
And she got short legs too.
Mm-hmm.
And you still couldn't catch a dog with arthritis and short legs?
Oh, I know. That says a lot.
That had to have been funny. Like, get back here.
And yeah, and then we made it to New Mexico. Oh, I will be posting a story about a restaurant I found in New Mexico to kind of give you a little flavor of what's coming up when we do the RV show. But I was in this crazy town called Deming, New Mexico, and there was a restaurant called Forget About It. And this guy, and I saw a Trump 2020 sticker he had in his bar, and I'm like, hey, is the owner here? Can I talk to the owner? And they said no, but as I left his card, he called me that night. We met that morning. I got a free breakfast. I got a couple free t-shirts, and we did an interview, and it was so cool. This guy was awesome. And so we talked about the border. We talked to one of his cooks, who was born in Mexico, and got his perspective on it. So it was really, really interesting to see this town. And everybody said, yeah, our town is messed up, but it's run by Democrats. So it was really, really interesting. And then the following day, I drove all the way to near San Antonio, Texas, and here I am. So, yeah, I need to work on my Texas accent, Bruce.
Y'all need to do that. You hear?
Y'all. Well, I grew up saying y'all because I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. So whenever
you gotta say, every time you're doing something, you gotta say you fixing to do something though.
You fixing.
Yeah.
And the people here are so nice. I went with my sister to take her nephew or take her son to the orthodontist, and people were walking out of the orthodontist like, hi, how are you? I was like, do you know them? She's like, no. I was like, well, what do they want? She's like, no. People are so nice here, and it's amazing. It's definitely.
You have to make sure that it stays that way, because we all know that they're trying to flip Texas. So now that you're there, you got to make sure that it doesn't happen, so they don't ruin that place as well. It can't happen. Everyone needs to get involved.
Oh yeah. Well, and too, like the public schools have actual Bible scriptures on the wall, written on the wall. Public school.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can see what's going on in Austin. Austin used to be an awesome place. Awesome Austin. It isn't any longer, unfortunately. Yeah. So they can't let the cancer spread in Texas. And I mean, you got to nip it in the bud.
Oh yeah. When I showed up, my mom, she was at a Republican women's meeting. They were doing a prayer visual because of the Mueller comments that came out that day, the press conference he gave, which to me, it wasn't a big deal. It actually just made the Democrats and Mueller look more guilty. But that's my take on that. But yeah, a lot has happened in the last couple of days I was gone. Mueller decided to resign. It's like, oh, you're going to try to take a vacation before you go to jail? Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, I got to do something real quick.
All right.
Drop it like a Scott. Drop it like a Scott. All right, we're good.
Hi, Scott. I'm sorry for abandoning you the other night with the guys. You did really cool.
there is one thing.
You know what? I shouldn't. I should say hello to everybody else. Go ahead, and then we'll do that. I don't want anybody to feel excluded.
There is one thing, and here in the chat, and us as well. I think that before we go on and be goofy and all that kind of stuff. I think we need to have just a moment of silence for the people in Virginia that were the 12 people that were gunned down earlier today. I think we should just here. I'll count it down 3, 2, 1. We need to have just a moment of silence for just a brief moment for the victims in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I used to live there, had a house there.
I didn't hear what happened.
This employee, this disgruntled employee, went to work with he had a handgun, but he had an extended magazine in it so he could hold more rounds. And he went in there and he just went in there and he killed 12 people at work. And the police, they came in and they took him down. They got the suspect, the killer, was still alive. The police, they tried to attend to him, even though he was the killer, and he succumbed to his wounds. And there are, from what I understand, 4 or 5 people that are wounded pretty bad. They're in surgery at the moment, but 12 have passed on.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So in 3, 2, 1. I'd like to thank everyone for that.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. May God keep.
When did that happen?
Earlier today. I would say probably around before 5 o'clock, before 4 o'clock, definitely is when it was all going down. This guy, it must have been. He must have. I'm not sure if he got fired.
Something obviously happened.
Something, yeah, but he was able to get in. There was security at this facility, but because he was an employee, they saw this guy every day.
People probably let him in.
Yeah, they didn't suspect him to. He wasn't a stranger. He was a guy that worked there. But something I don't know. I guess they're going to find out here soon enough what triggered this guy. I don't know. Who knows?
Insanity.
Well, yeah, when you decide to go in and mow down 12 of your fellow employees, and probably he tried to kill more and was not successful, that, yeah, something deep in the mind took over and he just snapped. He could have been that way his whole entire life, and just something pushed him over the edge.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Scott says it was in a gun-free zone. Yeah, it's and the sad thing is this will become a issue for the Democrats who try to push gun control. And instead of noting, and the real reason, somebody just said it, I forgot, was that it's not gun control, it's God control. They've been taking God out of this country, and we need God back. And we need the love back, and we need to uphold each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of everything. It's that, and it's like I said before, it's like the responsibility of past generations compared to the newer generations. There's been a shift of like me, and woe is me, and look at me, and people not being able to handle things like being fired, you know what I mean? Like at one point, I mean, in the past, people were fired all the time, and they didn't go back to work with a machine gun and mow everybody down.
Yeah, I mean, it's been happening for a long time, but not as as such a high rate as it is now. Like, do you guys remember, the whole term of people, oh, they're gonna go postal, because of the stuff
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Well, my mom was at the first one that was in Royal Oak. That was in the city I grew up in, where that
Yeah.
first started. Like, she
Right.
was there, and that was some craziness right there. But I mean, it's been happening for forever, but the the most of the time, like that dude there was like insane, nuts. Like there was tons of warning signs with him, previous to that going down.
Right.
And even with security, uh, you know, being heightened, look, the guy still got in. You know what I mean? Like, um, I remember when I worked for Pepsi, we had a gate at the front. You had to come in the gate. You originally it was like you could scan in, and then somebody could kind of scoot in behind you. And we got robbed for like $300,000 cash. So then they put a booth up there, and you had to like check in with a person one at a time. And unfortunately, just having a key card to get in is not good enough for some of these places. So that's
Yeah.
insane.
Well, I think society is just growing colder. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, these devices that we entertain us that are supposedly supposed to bring us closer together, and in a lot of cases they do, but I think it's also segregating people and alienating people as well, and they succumb to their own demise with crazy thoughts and so on. And
Oh, you have more people nowadays sitting at home with their device than they are going out and doing things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Remember.
they are left to their own devices right there. And that in itself, your your life is the internet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been accused of that before, but it's like, dude, I have friends outside of the internet, and I do things outside the internet. The ones that you have to worry about are the ones that's all they do. You know,
Yeah.
they spend all day long on the internet, whether that's Google search or YouTube or video games or whatever it is. They spend their entire lives sitting by themselves. And honestly, this is gonna sound funny, but they interact with other people on the internet, but they don't know who they are. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get to know people. They're in their own world. And I think it's funny because we're on YouTube and I'm saying that, but there are people out there that interpret that as something completely different than it really is. You know what I mean? So those are the crazy nuts that you got to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it's just
That's something I was talking to Chrissy and earlier today on the phone. I was like, to get people to get out
mhm.
like before, it's like pulling teeth. And I think it needs to stop. For instance, going out on the road, doing the show on the road, everybody watching, whatever town, you all need to come out, shake each other's hand, make new friends, get out of the house. I mean,
Exactly.
you gotta be face to face with people. You gotta smell the bad breath. You gotta see the bad teeth. Hold on here. You gotta see the bad teeth. You gotta see the sweat wings, the sweat rings. You gotta smell the sweat.
Um
That's living.
you know what? I agree with you to a point, but when it's smelling the sweat, I think there's personal spaces.
No. You gotta smell the breath, the sweat. You gotta see the crazy teeth, the crazy eyes, the shaking the hands, the bad jokes, all of it.
Okay, I can handle the bad jokes. Yeah, but yeah, it's a little too far there. But
Okay,
no, but
don't
seriously, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. that I'm excited. I'm glad you brought this up. Is that the planning for September is going to happen for Florida. We're going to be setting up some really cool things, and I hope you guys plan on coming out. And we're going to be probably hitting the Trump rallies too, and so I'm excited for that. Oh, you know what? Christine Garcia said dare.
No, she was correcting herself.
Well, she said dare.
Yeah, she was correcting her comment earlier.
Now, which brings me to another subject. So, yes, Deanne, that's awesome. Here, Father, you didn't get out of your dare just because I was in transit. You still have to complete the dare.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem doing a dare. It's all the logistics involved. I mean, like I said before, to get anybody else involved to even help is like pulling teeth. All I need to do is to have someone to hold the damn camera so the dare can actually come off properly instead of like holding the phone out. I mean, you kind of lose the whole thing. It irritates me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I like the fun of it and the whole thing, but I'm not in the rock band right now where we could just ask the drummer or guitar player, and the whole band to come out, teasing me. I'm not in the band right now. It's easy to get the people in the band to help you out, but I'm solo right now. And when I say solo, I have no interaction with anybody. The only people I have interaction with are you, Nick, and are the people that tune in.
You hear that, ladies?
Hey, Alex said, you
hear that?
Chrissy Ann and hunting fatigues involving a dare. Well, we could do that. I can do that for sure.
I mean,
Alex would help.
What's that?
Alex said he'd help.
What's he gonna do?
Hold the camera.
Yeah, but what is he gonna do? Is he gonna get in a teleportation machine and get over here, or what?
He's Floridian.
But but where?
He's like 6 hours from you. He's in you're in the what? Panhandle, right, Alex?
Tampons, fatigues, KY.
No, I mean the dare is going to happen. It's just it's like it loses its whole thing when you don't have the right kind of setup, which irritates me a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not anybody's fault. It's just our show right now is running on paper clips.
We get paid in Skittles, y'all.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I mean,
we got to give it up for Tony. He's staying up late with the party people.
What's up, Tony?
We're looking at the last weekend in September or the weekend before that. I know the Moore rally is on the 28th, so we're either going to do the weekend before that. Actually, it's more likely going to be the weekend before that, but we should be having some more confirmed dates within the next week. And so hopefully, Scott, for you, I want to schedule something with you during that time too, so we can do our fun there. And it'll be good. We'll do our kickoff in Florida.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna be remote for most of all that, but
Well, hopefully you can come down for the Florida.
In spirit, I will always be there.
Christine will tell me the Farbox.
So yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. We definitely gotta get some logistics on the dare stuff, and I'm thinking like dare stuff on the road definitely, because it's going to be someone there to do camera, and even people tuning in, we're like, hey, we want to help out, and there'd be even more people with the camera. So that's but I'm thinking like I definitely could do something really bizarre on camera where I could set. I mean, because I can go to an area where there's like nobody around. I could do this craziness on the camera with no one around. And it would be funny and bizarre. all those things. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if I even ask people, they never get back. They never get back like, to help out. So I just need somebody, but I can't get anybody. And that's the thing, I wish I was in a band right now because it would be very easy. I mean, the whole band would show up just to see me fall flat on my face, Mick knows what I'm talking about. The whole band would show up. Yeah, we'll help out.
Yeah, give me some natty light. Will be good.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'll do camera. I'm like completely drunk. Hey, the hell's that? I'm like, well, okay. But spirit of the age, everyone. It's all gonna happen. Spirit of the age.
Scott just donated $200.
What?
No, he said they are about $200 donations. Welcome.
Oh. I was like, dang, Scott, thanks.
I believe that's what he was saying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, theirs are gonna happen. Absolutely, they're gonna happen.
And
So we need to move along. And what else? What else is in the works here?
Hey, DM, you want to drop the link for the PayPal and the
please.
and the site, please? Would appreciate that.
Anything will help. A nickel, a dime, pennies, even $1 that's taped together. That'll
Yeah,
work.
I'm being told that I have to do certain things around here. So,
So I mean, there's plenty of jokes. There's plenty of material going around with
Thank you, DM.
The continuous clown show in Washington D.C. And CNN. Oh, and by the way,
no,
and by the way,
no,
I was just gonna say,
no.
everybody. Well, nobody in here does it. I don't even have to say it because there's no one in here that watches those programs anyway. So there's no point in me saying it. But the clown show continues with the president, and of course all the news programs. And we know who they are. They're grasping for straws at this point. They have nothing. Mueller came out and said nothing. He didn't say anything. Said not one thing other than like, oh yeah, it's done, and I kind of maybe wasn't sure. I don't know, but anyways, it's over.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's over. I'm retiring. And that's
Bye.
it.
Bye. I'm not talking to nobody else about anything. Bye.
Nope.
What does that mean? There's coded language in there. Someone. There's coded language. This is going on in CNN. There's coded language in there somewhere. Let's figure it out.
I know what the coded language is. I have the
he
secret.
said he wasn't
I have
sure.
the secret. I have the
He
secret.
wasn't sure. And okay, so what does that mean? He wasn't sure. That means he's not sure. And okay, that's
He didn't say anything that he hasn't already said that hasn't been already said.
Well, yeah.
What I don't-
He basically said that he couldn't confirm that he was innocent. Okay, here's the thing. The law states that they're to prove, you can't prove a negative, right? So you can't, it would be like if you were to rob, there was a bank robbery, right? There was a bank robbery in the same block that you were in, right? And so you were seen near the scene of the crime, right? They still have to prove, even though you were there, doesn't mean you did it. And they have to prove that you did it. But you don't have to prove that you didn't do it. You don't have to prove that, you don't have to go look for the person who did it. You didn't have to, because it would be virtually almost impossible. And that's what they're kind of saying is, well, they're not they're saying that he's not innocent. Well, yeah, he's not guilty, so he's innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
That's what the constitutional law states. Innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, but if you talk to the Dems, that was damaging. It's damaging. He never said that he didn't commit a crime. It's like that meme of Mueller. Did I send that one to you, Chrissy?
No.
And it's him sitting there, and it says, I hold on, let me read it because it's funny. It's a picture of him standing at the the podium there, like he's standing. Let's see here, downloads. It had me cracking up. I was like, this is exactly how the Dems think. Give me 2 seconds. I will.
It's almost
find
like that. It's like that. It's that saying. Don't pee in my pool. How does that go again? Don't pee in my pool, and I won't. I won't poop where I work or eat. How does that saying go again? If I don't pee in your pool
Whoa,
and you don't pee in
that's-
my toilet, then I won't poop where I eat.
What?
I don't know that.
I'm trying to figure it out.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think they're all
Jesus.
getting desperate. They're getting scared because, like, if you listen to Sarah Carter, I love her. I think she's an amazing reporter. There, people are starting to use very strong words like coup and treason. Those are punishable by death. They are punishable. They're tried through military tribunals. And it's swift and it's quick. And you know what? DC is in a panic shift. I mean, if you go back, if there was anything done that was wrong, is the Steele dossier, right? So Steele, they've even caught him lying. So there are investigations going on right now. There's an investigation through the Bureau of Investigation in Tennessee about Mueller and his tactics, like what he did to General Flynn. What he did to General Flynn was just absolutely just absurd and just sad, because he's an actual hero. He's the sacrifices that he gave for our country, and for them to do what it was just horrible. And like Roger Stone and the other people, it's horrible. So the Dems have done nothing in the last 2 years other than prove that they all they want to do is undermine our Constitution and take away our liberties and freedoms and join us in this nasty world
The
cabal.
bottom line is it's a sham. We all know it's a sham. And
China Joe.
majority rules.
China
Majority
Joe.
rules. We're the majority. So wait a second.
Oh wait, Alex said China
Man,
Joe.
someone said that. I was like,
You
man,
can't
that's
say it in the
amazing.
chat. It doesn't count.
Yes, it
It's
does.
amazing.
No, it does not.
Hey,
I'm not looking at the chat.
What do you say? It says
Alex
China
said
Joe.
China Joe. Oh, DM said China Joe.
Oh, he's getting fancy now with the he's getting fancy now.
Oh, now I'm saying China
Before
Joe.
it was kind of sloppy and crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's becoming more precise and fancy. It's
I think we need a station ID.
okay. Hold on. Wait a second. I got to do this right, for God's sakes. Let me get it set up.
Hold on. Before we do that, I found the meme.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
For God's
It's-
sakes.
It says, Mueller, my office found no evidence that Bigfoot is real, but we also cannot definitively say he is not real. Democrats. So Bigfoot is real.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a time of the show where someone who is fat, flaccid, and very round and has extra gravy in his body. Ladies and gentlemen, brown stain fat.
This is Brown Stain Fat, and you're listening to Christian live on a Friday night. Thank you everybody for tuning in. For being in the chat, we really appreciate it. The great douchebag said he would match anybody's donation. If you put it in the PayPal, just put it in the chat. He'll go ahead and match. That would be great. We appreciate it. And I think Nick and Father did a great job of Christian with Gone. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, well, I gotta go drink some gravy. I'm gonna do chicken tonight, I think. Hit the thumbs up and all that good stuff. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's round, he's fat, he's flaccid, he has extra gravy in his body, brown stained fat.
Thanks. You gotta love you some brown stained fat.
Yeah, the station identification definitely need to happen because now it shifts us into more silly things.
It does. It does. It's a nice segue into, you know.
Yeah,
some
this is
happier
where we
times.
kick the politics out the door. Watch my foot. Just kicking it out. It's out the door now. Everyone get out their cans of white trash. It's time for us to have fun.
Bye.
So here we go.
Oh God.
All right. Silly thing number 1. Go.
What are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys already did it. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Chinatown.
Okay. Silly thing. Go.
What
What am-
is the most embarrassing moment that's ever happened to you, Father?
Are you serious? You're gonna ask me that?
Yeah.
You're gonna ask me?
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you got to realize I've been on stage playing with bands since I was 21 years old. So, hold on. I will. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. There's been a lot of embarrassing things. Okay, this is embarrassing, and I'm sure this is not. I'm sure I'm not the only person this has happened to. I'm sure everyone in the chat, is at least a few, anyways, and maybe the two of yous. Okay, my girlfriend, she was babysitting. Okay, is everyone listening?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Nick.
What?
Oh, is everyone listening? I just want to know.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but go ahead.
This is we gotta. She just asked me. It's the most embarrassing stories. So I'm the first one. Okay. So, she was babysitting, and okay, I came over, and okay, we listen. She knew these people well. The kids were safe in the room. Okay, we were having sex on the couch, and the parents came home and opened the sliding glass door and came right into the living room when it was happening. She got up and ran out of the house. Whew, gone. And I was just standing in the living room. I was just standing there like, well, you know, pull my pants up. Well, you know. And actually the father was laughing. You know, they actually really, because they knew her for a long time and they knew the kids were fine and all that, but he was actually laughing. He was like,
See what had happened was.
Oh my gosh. Did she babysit after that?
yeah, she knew them for a long time. She's known them for a long time, and she knew the kids were asleep, and there was a big house, and they were way gone, way in the back. This is a huge house, and but yeah, that I would have to say that was one of the. Oh God, I'll never forget that because she was gone, man. She got up and went out the front door, and I was just like, "Hey, what's going on? Let me pull my pants up." And you know, hey, what's up? My name. What's your name?
Crazy.
Oh, man, damn way.
All right, Nick, your turn.
My turn for what? What are we even doing?
What was the most embarrassing moment you've ever had?
I don't get embarrassed. I have no shame.
Oh, that's yeah.
Seriously, I don't. When you care about nothing, you really don't get embarrassed.
I
You
agree
know
with you, Tony. That's not embarrassing. Yeah. Well,
what's not
that's
em-
no fun.
what's not
Well,
fun?
I think my chat's a little it's lagging because it's not matching the Google Hangouts. But yeah, I think Tony was saying to father that
Yeah.
that was yeah he
Yeah,
cheated.
I
Yeah.
put my shirt on backwards, but that wasn't embarrassing.
Well, it was embarrassing, believe me.
You want to hear how not embarrassed I have? Like, I went to work one time. I had this job where I had to go door to door. I was a door to door salesman for, I sold, we sold lawn treatments. So like fertilization, for lawns, and we did aerations and, all that fun crap. And I remember it was like, I had a really long night. I think it was after a gig or something like that. And I had to be there super early. And I showed up at work and I literally had two completely different shoes on. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Like no joke, like one brown dress shoe and a tennis shoe, like two completely different shoes. It
How
was
in
so
the heck did you manage to do that?
I was so out of it when I woke up in the morning. Like, I'm not a morning person. And I got to
my
work
gosh.
and I stepped out of my car and I'm like, are you serious? This is hilarious.
So you spent the entire day with just
I
two
did.
different shoes.
I did. Not one person noticed either. That's the funniest part.
Are you kidding me?
Not
People
one
had
person.
to notice. I mean,
No.
white and brown, that's a contrasting colors are.
I
Do you
know,
think-
but nobody noticed. Like, I mean,
Oh
I
my
I laughed
gosh.
about it with the people I worked with, but like as I was at work, nobody noticed because you knock on people's doors, they don't see your feet anyways. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
So
gosh.
it didn't
That's
matter. But yeah, but I wasn't even embarrassed by that. I mean, literally, I really, it takes a lot to embarrass me.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't embarrassed because I was like hung out with the father afterwards. I was like, "Hey,"
Hey, wanna have
he
a
was
brewski?
laughing. He was laughing at me. He was laughing. He was like, "Oh, don't worry, man. I've been there." That's what he said to me. I was like,
And you're like that exact situation. He's
Well,
like, yep,
yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, it was like a scene out of a movie because like the mother went in the back of the house and I'm in the kitchen with the father and he's just like, "Yup," like just kind of shaking his head, going, "Yup, and I'm like, "Well, she called me up." He's like, "Oh man, don't worry about it, man. I've been there, you know." And I was like, he's like, "Yeah, I know you guys are, you know." But anyways, she was in the back seat of my car. I had a big Fleetwood Cadillac, and she was in the back seat on the floor. She was so embarrassed. She would not. She was like, I could hear her, "Come on, get me home." That was hilarious.
I mean, that sounds
funny.
like a hoot right there.
But she was sick. She didn't have any clothes on. Like she was in the back of the car, and
Usually, I'm the one that's embarrassing people, so I'm never really on the other side of it. Like, I'm purposefully trying to embarrass people in public. Yeah, that's what I do. So
Yeah.
I mean, you could call some of my friends; they can tell you some stories. But I don't really get embarrassed. I don't really have any shame, really, to be honest with you.
What
but-
was okay? So since you have no shame, what
Mhm.
was the funniest thing you ever did to embarrass somebody?
The funniest? Well, I did tell you guys about how I used to walk through Walmart screaming like I was a child, like "Where's the potty?" With my wife, like screaming it, like I'm running through, like "I gotta go potty," like screaming. And that it's like, get out of here, stop doing that. I'll tell you a story that I did to embarrass somebody that worked, like somebody I didn't know, but a friend of mine and I were up north in Michigan, and like the only place to go to shop was Walmart, right? And of course it's like this little, like, kind of hick town type deal.
Right.
So I told him, I was like, hey, let's act like we're together. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, let's act like we're gay couple together and talk, you know? So, so we're in the meat section and the guy's like filming it. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. We're looking for like some meat. Me and my boyfriend. I'm like, we're sitting there and this guy didn't like know what to say. So we were like getting steaks or something to grill. So then we got the steaks and we go up to the checkout, and this is before self checkout was a thing. And I start slapping, and I was like, he starts throwing the meat on there, and I'm like, ooh, I love when you slap your meat on the table. And the lady was like didn't know what to say, and we're both like in roll the whole time, and totally had this woman like she didn't know what to say, how to act, anything. It was the funniest shit ever. And just because it's like a little hick town, of course, it's not gay unless you're really gay, so it's not a big deal. But it was just hilarious. Like I just embarrass people. Like I've done it to strangers. I've had strangers, be embarrassed because they'll come up to me and I'll say something to them and they're like, I don't even know what to say to that. So,
yeah, I'm like my last band, the singer in my last band. I did something to him. He was coming back. He was flying back. I can't remember. He was flying back from somewhere, and I was going to go pick him up at the airport, which was a mistake. I mean, he realized, oh man, it's a mistake. I should never have asked him. So what I did was I dressed up as a woman. I put a dress on, and I had this really horrible blonde wig. I mean, this thing was like it was Dolly Parton huge, and it was this nasty big old blonde wig, and I had this horrible dress. It didn't fit. It was like I was ripping the seams, and it was some sort of paisley. It looked like someone threw up on the dress, and it was white pantyhose on. I mean, and I'm a big dude, so it just looks ridiculous. And I came to the airport, and when he got off the plane, I ran into his arms. I was screaming. I was running down the aisleway, and I saw him. And I was like, honey. I had my arms flinging around, and he was like, he dropped his bag, and his face was like, oh, you should see his face. He couldn't. He was like, "Oh my god, I should have never have asked him." And I was running to him, and I was like, putting my arms out, like, "Honey, I'm so glad you're back." And I'm making a huge scene. It was, and I looked horrible. I was like, oh god, he should just. When I dress up like a woman, it's ridiculous. But he was like, yeah. And I'm surprised I didn't like security because there's cameras everywhere. I'm not surprised I didn't get jumped by security or somehow I got away with that without getting thrown out of the airport or anything. And this was not that long ago.
Well, that's because it's accepted now. You know what I mean? So it's no big deal. In 1980, you might have gotten kicked out of there. But the thing that people don't realize, and anybody that's in the chat that's ever been in a band, like especially conservative musicians, like we are out to like totally embarrass people. We have like no shame, and it's funny because I don't know if you know this, like if you've experienced this or not, Father, but like the liberal musicians are funny. Excuse me, guys. I just had a sneeze. But we, like it's funny because Father and I have the same kind of sense of humor when it comes to that stuff. When it comes to like doing stupid shit, and like my liberal musician friends aren't even nearly as bad as like me. You know what I mean? Like we don't care. We will do whatever. It does not matter.
Yeah, that's
Your
funny.
turn, Chrissy. You're not going to get out of this.
What
It's
was
your
so
turn.
embarrassing?
It was so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, do I have to pick one? There was one time I was at Costco and I was wearing a dress and I went to go to the bathroom and I had accidentally tucked my dress inside my pantyhose so you could see my derriere as I was walking through Costco.
Damn, they probably thought you were on meth or something. You were whacked out on dope.
This lady's like, "Oh, miss," and she's running at me, and I'm like looking at her, like, "What?" And she comes over, and she tries to nonchalantly pull my dress out of my pantyhose. So yeah. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
Okay, that's one. We need more.
Well,
Christine Garcia brought up the fart boxes, and I
What
have
had happened was-
lots and lots of stories with the stupid fart boxes.
the ones that make the fart noises.
Yes, they're freaking awesome. They're remote control, and they have the greatest sounds. Oh my gosh! So
Oh yeah.
I went on a cruise with. It was my son. It was with a bunch of girlfriends and their kids, right? So you'd think the kids were misbehaving.
Hold on, let's stop for a second.
What?
You
What?
said girlfriends?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, okay, anyways, go ahead.
Like friends that are girls.
Oh,
I-
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was me and the girls and our kids, and so we took it. So, it was the ball. It was the captain's ball, and so we were all dressed up, and there was maybe more than 10 people stuffed in an elevator, and I was like, "Oh, my stomach hurts so bad." Oh, and then the fart box would go off. When the elevator stopped, everybody get off that floor, whether they wanted to be on that floor or not. But yeah, so I embarrassed the heck out of my friends. Not funny.
I was laughing.
Well, okay, fine.
Just play.
You guys get a couple days of my show, and I think you guys are a little power hungry now.
What?
Listen, hold on.
That's
Hold
because
your
we don't get
horses.
paid anything and we're starving to death.
Listen here, lady. First of all, I don't like your tone. Your tone is all wrong. You're talking to my man all wrong, okay?
Whatever.
So, I mean,
Thank you, Alex. He said
Yeah,
it was funny as hell.
he was laughing like he didn't even hear it. He was like probably, like flipping through the channels or whatever. But I appreciate the support, Alex. It's cool.
But he did also say you were playing with the captain's balls.
Both. So I mean, how did this even come about? Like this question and answer. So I mean, like if you want to add like most embarrassing thing, you got to find you're gonna have to dig real deep to get anything good out of me. So you're really gonna have to think the question out very, very long and hard.
I hope one day that I need to talk to your wife. I'm sure I can. If I talk to her, we can dig some stuff up.
No, you won't. That's the sad
Yes.
part. That's the sad part. You're gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to dig long and hard. You're gonna have to get a hold of somebody that can like skip trace me and like do a background check. And I mean, you're gonna have to go way back.
Mrs.
back.
Nick, call me. You gotta give me something, girl.
Fan of the age.
I mean,
I've done all. I mean, my daughter especially. She's like, "Dad, please don't embarrass me, Dad." She knows,
Don't-
man. Like,
don't say that because then it's gonna happen.
oh yeah,
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't point out the fart in the room, and then nobody will have to,
Wait.
yeah. I mean, it's she's like, she would be like, "Dad, please," because she knows, man. It's certain when I walk into certain situations, Nick knows what I'm talking about. You walk into certain situations, you can just feel it in the air. It's like, oh yeah, it's on. I'm gonna get these people. I'm gonna get these people.
You know what you hear
You
in
should
your
have
head?
never shown up.
You know what you're hearing? You walk into that situation, and like in the back of your head, you hear da 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 Da, 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 da. Da-da-da. Yep, that's exactly what we hear in the back of our heads.
I got wearing this, and I'm wearing this. People are like, "Oh, you got to send father some bullets. Send me some bullets, man. I'm broke. I'm broke as a joke."
All right, how about this one? All right, so what is the one thing that you regret the most in your life? How about that one?
Ooh. That gets deep. That one's not a fun one. That's not a fun question.
Yeah, that one's
But
dark.
the people want to get to know you.
I mean, that one's dark.
I mean, people. That's not dark. That's like.
it's dark.
I mean, it could be that that you never went to the Grand Canyon. It doesn't have to be dark.
I'm getting hell on this belt. People are giving me hell.
Because I just pointed out. Listen, I only pointed out that it was a blank belt. It's not that big of a deal. It's a shell belt.
Man, no, it ain't.
It's not.
You see that
Scott,
person.
Scott was the one who pointed it out. It's not. It's a.
Oh, I
casing
called it
belt.
a shell belt. I just consulted with Scott, and he confirmed. He concurred.
Oh no! Before you were calling it breakfast food. Before, don't even try to get out of it.
You called it a sausage belt.
No,
I don't
you
know.
were
even
like,
know
"Oh, it's casings." Like you were making sausages in a deli somewhere.
it is a case. They are
No,
casings.
this is pure brass. This is the whole thing, man. Come on, it's ace of spades. Man, I'm getting mad now.
Did you say that's a Kate Spade belt?
Yeah, it's a
What?
Kate Spade belt.
What is that?
Did
What
you get that at Macy's?
Uh,
Did they sell that at Macy's? I think they do.
wait a second.
Did you get the matching purse with the ice cream on it?
Did you get that discount at TJ Maxx?
Well, let me tell you something. You couldn't get this at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or none of that. I mean, you couldn't.
Have you
You kidding me?
tried? Have you tried?
You could. You
Have you
can't.
tried?
It's not possible.
Have you tried?
Well, I mean, I've been to all those stores. I have a daughter. You kidding me? She's drugged me into every place
But have you
imaginable.
tried?
I've tried many times, believe me. And most of the time,
Freedom for All said my reload shop would give me $4 for that belt.
what are you talking about? Look at this thing, man. See that? This thing is man. You know how heavy this. Listen, everyone,
You know
I'll
what?
be wearing this thing.
No, wait a
Hold
minute.
on.
No.
I'm gonna be wearing
Father,
this thing
we don't
live
know
in
the
person.
When
What?
was
Go
the
ahead.
last time you shot a gun?
Me?
Yeah.
I was like probably 9 o'clock this morning.
No, not that gun.
I had no choice. It's a
Oh,
curse
my
from God,
goodness.
ladies and gentlemen. Spare of the age. It's a curse from God. Nah.
No.
No,
He-
like a firearm.
A
it was
firearm?
less. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that long ago. It was trying to think. Well, are you talking about? No, never mind. I'm not gonna get. I could go down that road.
Road.
Take
No, I mean
me
here in Florida,
to
here in Florida, you got shooting range. You just show up. You show up and you just go shooting at the range.
Can you borrow a gun? Is that how that works?
Well, no, when you go to the shooting range, you know usually I use a shotgun because shotguns to me are like just all you gotta do is point and pull the trigger, and you're gonna hit no matter what. So, if I'm gonna go shooting, it's gonna be with a shotgun.
Yeah. Why'd you ask that question?
Yeah, Christiane, why? You trying to embarrass me in public? Is that it?
Well, you keep pointing to your casing belt there, sir.
You don't even know what you're talking about. Of all people, you don't even know. You don't know what you're talking about. Casing.
I'm Texan now. I know all.
Oh,
about
you
that.
don't know. I want to see pictures of you in the shooting range.
Okay.
I want to
Hold
see
on.
you. I want to
Hold
see
on.
you taking pictures. I want to see. I want pictures of you taking down one of those deer and then gutting it and then cooking up the venison meat.
It
and
looks
making
like
a-
you could
making
looks like
a
you could
jacket.
just jump on one.
Making a jacket out of the hide. the whole thing, and then you sent it to AOC.
Listen. Why did you ask the question? You were just asking because he was talking about the belt, or was it you were trying to get him to do that that thing with you and Scott? I was trying to figure out where you were going with that, but
With me and Scott? No, I was just giving him a hard time. That's all.
oh,
Just
gotcha.
messing with them.
Yeah. Well, good thing you didn't ask me.
Okay, if I'm going to be everyone's punching bag, that's fine. I can take it. I'm looking in
Oh,
the
it's
chat
all with
room.
love. It's all with love. It's with
I can
love.
see the chat room. If I'm going to be the punching bag, then I'm fine with that.
There's
You know what
always
I
a
mean?
punching bag in the group. You know what I mean?
So just
Yeah,
so,
you better punch
so
pretty
Father,
hard. That's what I'm saying. You better punch pretty hard.
Father,
You just
Just
got to
to
punch
let
in the
you
right
know,
place.
Yeah, that's
there
right.
there
I
is
forgot
a
about that.
video. Hey Father, I just dropped a video into the
Uh-huh.
chat.
Okay.
Just FYI.
What is it like? Is it X-rated or what?
Is it of you shooting your gun? Is
I'm
it
not
that video?
interested then.
I don't know if he knows how to screen share.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll be. I mean, here we got Shoot Straight. We got shooting ranges all over Florida.
There is a-
Straight.
I told Scott when he was on that I shot the only gun I've ever shot was a musket,
Yeah,
and it literally was like the trombone headed musket.
that's
Now,
amazing. The first gun you shoot and it's a musket. I've never even heard of that before.
And it was that was probably a good. If I had to, I couldn't put a definitive number on it, but that was at least 20 plus years ago.
Yeah, the first gun I shot was a Remington shotgun. It was a pump action. I was like 12. No, I was 10 years old, and it was up in the mountains of Pennsylvania. And went skeet shooting, and he's like, "Here you go, let me show you how it works." And he's like, "I'm like, holding this gun." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's showing me, and then I didn't hit one clay pigeon, but it was fun. I was like, I was like, "Oh yeah!"
I'm just not a gun person, man. It's like I told him I shake too much. Like I couldn't shoot straight if I tried. So a shotgun would probably be ideal for
Yeah,
me.
a sawed-off shotgun.
I need the most spray as possible.
Yeah, just saw it off and just point, and you're gonna hit no matter what.
Yeah, all right, exactly.
So I mean, regret. What was that again, Nick? Like you regret?
No, I just said what was the one thing that you've regret in life, but that's too deep. You know,
Yeah.
I was told that's too deep. So, I mean, go with like
Bucket
Let's
list or what?
well, bucket list could get pretty bad quick, so I'm gonna pass on that one. How about what? What's the longest you've gone without taking a shower?
Oh God, dude, we're in rock bands. That's not even. That's not even a. I mean, really? Okay, I'll go
That's
first.
once more than me, man. Once or twice. If you shot a gun once, then we're tied. And I don't
Me-
even think that musket counts, but I guess it does.
Me? No, I've shot a gun.
No, I
Way
was
more
talking
times than
about douchebag. He said he shot
Oh.
one maybe once or twice.
Longest. Well, let's see here. It was. I'm trying to think. The longest gig after gig after gig, kind of a deal. I would say probably almost a week. I didn't take. I would say about a week. I didn't take a shower straight, and I was filthy from sweating on stage. And of course, I wore
Makeup too. Yeah.
all the you saw like the Vasco Symphony stuff. I had the helmet, the whole outfit, the gray makeup, and so when I would walk into like in the after a show, and then I'd go to sleep and get up next morning, and then I would go to like Waffle House or something. I try to clean my makeup off my face, but I still had gray makeup smeared all around my eyes, my face, and my hair was a mess. Had half my stage clothes on. I was, God, I stunk. And it was going
Nasty.
day after day after day like that. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, man, it happens. You know what I mean? It happens.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Chrissy was over. I think her number is going to be higher than yours. Man,
Oh, yeah.
because
She's
of
probably got
what
us all beat on this.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was one time I traveled from Punjab to Delhi in India, and I didn't get a first class ticket seat. I had to try. Have you ever watched those like shows or like the History Channel, and you see like people just piled on top of a train?
Right.
If you don't have first class, you don't have like a seat assigned, so it's just wherever. So if there's 1,000 people in one car, there's 1,000 people in the car, and so I traveled 12 plus hours on a train that way. No place to sit, no place, and there was no windows. So and it
Oh,
was
Oh, man.
during that season that people were burning their fields, and so I was out getting so I by the time I got to the airport, there was just like a film of filth on me. And then so I jumped on the plane, and then I went to Japan for a while, and I got to Japan, and everything. Now I had been in India for, I don't know, I think 6 months at this point. And I hadn't had a warm shower in like 6 months. Like I had cold buckets of water thrown on me, but that was it. And so I got to the Japanese airport, and I was waiting for my bus, and their bathrooms had bidets in it that had temperature, or warm water, and you could control the temperature of the bidet. I just sat there for like an hour just hitting that button.
Oh, jeez.
Sure, there's something else wasn't going on.
No, I just wanted to be clean. It was nasty. It was nasty.
Damn. Nick,
So what is the timeline then? I mean, give us the number.
It's like-
Mm,
so that was 12
6?
hours and then 6 days?
6. Yeah, I probably went a good week without a shower.
Okay.
Do
Well,
hobo baths count or no?
No, because you
Hobo
still are
bath.
sticky.
You see them in the
Mexi-
McDonald's. In the
Mexi-
McDonald's.
Mexican baths.
They're wringing out their underwear and their junk hanging out in
Oh,
McDonald's.
Just, I mean, yeah, I think that's something we've all experienced is the hobo baths. You go, yeah, McDonald's or fast food joint, and there he is. He's in there. He's got all his belongings. He's just in the sink. Don't even go near the sink because he's there.
Right.
You know.
Right. Exactly.
So
That's
Nick.
I'm
Come
going to
on.
say, I don't really know if I could put a timeline on it per se, but I would probably, like you said, the same thing. It's like you wake up, you're running. Probably about a week and a half. Same thing. It's like when you're living. I mean, obviously it's a little different, but whoa, who's opening the door over there?
Yeah, sounds like a haunted house. What is this, a haunted house?
Pretty.
So yeah, so like a week and a half.
Yeah. Yep.
Was that the being stuck in the tour bus, a sardine can of a tour bus?
That had a like a bullshit shower in it, but
Mm-hmm.
like it wasn't. The bathroom was probably the smallest thing in that stupid bus. It had 12 freaking bunks in it. Like, I'm like, you guys, did they need to design this thing with 12 bunks in it? You know what I mean? You could have used that space a little bit more wisely. But and the bunks were like coffins, you know?
Yeah, with the little curtain.
Yeah, like, and then when you're trying to sleep and you're on the road and you're hitting potholes and shit, it's terrible. But I was like, I'll go. Like, it was if you're claustrophobic, it's not the life for you. Put it that way. And
Yeah,
one dude climbed in there with his girl. I'm like, how the hell did you fit two people in there? You know what I mean?
She must have been tiny.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even.
Yeah, I didn't bring enough clothes. So I was like walking around with half my stage outfit on like every day, from my shoes on down, the shorts on down. So and then up, I had some t-shirts. I'm like, damn, I didn't bring enough clothes. And, it was a disaster. China Joe.
Oh, China Joe.
Damn, that one was sloppy.
It was.
That has to be a redo.
What do you? Don't tell me how to do. Don't no.
China Joe. And you know what? Our hour's up now.
Yep. It seems to be.
Oh God.
It seems to be up. Spirit of the age, everyone, for showing up. Spirit of the age. It's so nice to see you, all of you. There's so many of you.
We got some donations tonight too. I just want to say thank you everybody for your donations. We have in here, let me see. We got Tony. Thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
We got Douchebag. Thank you so much, Douche.
Mr. Bag.
And
Thank you.
then we got DM. Thank you, DM.
Thank you.
I think we got everybody.
Every penny counts. Believe me, every penny counts.
Yes. Thank you, guys. They will be upgraded to M&Ms.
Well, I mean, we need, for instance, like when I'm out at a rally and all the protesters decide to come over and harass me, I need something to clean myself when they're spitting on me and stuff. So I need some hand sanitizer
And some wet naps.
wet naps when they're spitting at me and calling me Nazi.
We're gonna stop at Red Lobster and just grab the lemon scented ones for
Oh
you.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like this. So, anyways, everyone, it's a Friday.
Every time you say we're gonna go off, the numbers jump by like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I know what happens. I mean, I swear. I mean, YouTube. There's someone in somewhere in Silicon Valley messing with us.
No, I mean,
let's
it went
dial
up.
up the people.
It went up.
Yeah, how'd that
That's
happen?
funny.
They're messing with us, man. They're messing with everybody.
Crazy.
Everybody.
Well, at least, I guess that's a good sign.
Listen,
Man.
everybody, please tell a friend. We're trying to break 300 if we can. I mean, we're it's not that far away, and it would be great. We've been kind of like sitting at limbo between 263 and 265. It keeps going up and down by like 2. If you could just tell a friend, just one friend. If everybody's got one friend that's not subscribed, please send them over, have them subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated.
Just one friend, 2, 3, 5, 10.
Just the one.
Yes.
Just a friend.
Have them come hang out with us on Friday nights. We chill. We talk a little bit of politics. Goof around. So, yeah, bring them on over.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like YouTube's messing with stuff, and it seems like all the small channels are kind of going through the same lull. So it would be great to try and get over 300. I know it's a very tiny milestone, but it would be something cool.
Well, we need as much help as we can to also get past the 1,000 mark. So because we need to be on the 1,000 mark before we take this road to the show. So if you guys could be
We need to take the road to the show.
we need to take the road to the show. We need to take the show to
Either
the road.
way, rubber to the road. What else?
That's right. Walls to the balls.
The pavement to your face.
Bruce says dare night? Question.
It'll happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Let me figure it out. Please let me figure it out.
We need a camera person.
It's
So
so aggravating.
if you're in Florida, let us know, and you're willing to do camera. Because don't give Father Menace another excuse. He was like, you know what? When I asked him, I'm like, hey, Father, I can't. I got to move. I can't do the show tonight. Can you take over for me? And he's like, well, see, well, I don't. Does this mean I have to do the dare? I was like, no. He's like, oh yeah. I can
Oh yeah,
totally
that sounds
do it.
just like me. That sounds just like me too. Yeah. All of a sudden, my testicles have just vanished in thin air. Oh,
He's like,
are you sure, Christiane?
The thing is he was trying to go rogue on everybody, man. Didn't add me. I was like, where you at? And he's like, guess I'm doing it alone tonight, guys. I don't know what to say.
What? You're just jealous. I mean, look at it. You're jealous. Look at this. I'm not going to have to start throwing stuff around.
Oh, God, your casing belt. And I'm not even looking at it, and I know you're lifting it up.
What?
You're proud of it. I get it.
People messing with me. No, everything. Hold on for a second. Let me show you something right now. You see this? Look at that. That's my child. This is my child.
Yeah, DM, he's like, he's in the middle of the state. Yeah, right. You're in the middle of the state, right, Father?
What? Hold on.
Central Florida. You're in Central Florida.
I'm consoling my child right now. I'm in Central Florida. Yes.
Yeah.
I have my child with me now.
Oh no. We need
Hold on. What? He's hungry. He's hungry. I gotta feed him some snacks.
Scooby snacks?
It looks like you forgot to feed him a long time ago.
No. This is wind chimes, everybody. This is wind chimes. This is wind chimes, okay?
They want to know where. Because blank belt. That's a shell casing belt.
Hold on. The dares are going to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
DM is in Central Florida too. I think that's why she's asking.
She's saying, how can we get you a camera person if you don't know where you're at?
Well, listen. If anybody wants to meet me, they can meet me in the parking lot of the police department.
Where? Which police
You know what I'm
department?
talking about.
It's like a Craigslist deal.
Listen. It's going to happen. See, it's the teeth right there. It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Stop pressuring me, okay? I don't feel like taking my bra off right now. Stop pressuring me.
Peer pressure is a biatch.
It's going to happen. Everyone, this is going to happen. Dare. It's going to happen. It will happen. I just need a little bit of help.
Listen, you can take your casing belt and go home. Okay? I'm taking my casing belt and go
Forget
home.
about it. Oh, come on. All right, boys. It's time for you to go to bed now.
No, you can sign off anytime you want. Don't you tell us how to live our lives. You ain't my daddy.
It's Creepy Joe.
Dang.
It is Creepy Joe. And his name is Wind Chimes, but yeah, someone says Creepy Joe.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. I mean, we are 21 minutes after. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it doesn't. But I must say, thank you for tuning in. Bring more people. Bring them all over here, please. As many as you can. What is going on? I'm trying to sign off, and you keep messing me up.
You're playing with your bone. You're distracting people.
What? What are you laughing about?
Alex.
What do you say?
Quit playing with your bone.
My feet is all messed up. Listen, I put him back in his coffin, okay?
All right.
So, okay, we got there's more people coming in now. How is this possible? Every time I get ready, okay, we're getting ready to shut. There more people come in. Somebody's
Remember to
messing
do
with
thumbs
us.
up, y'all.
Thumbs
Y'all.
up, yo.
Yeah,
Y'all.
subscribe, thumbs up, send people as many people as you can over here, please.
Ooh, Alex said China Joe.
Donate till it hurts, ladies and gentlemen. Please donate till it hurts. We need every penny, and we'll count. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we shutting this down or what? Because I
We're
keep
shutting
doing
it
this.
down. Yeah, we're shutting it
Because
down.
we got more people now. Okay, we're shutting it down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday now. It's Saturday morning. Thank you for joining in, as always. We certainly do appreciate it. Just trying to lighten the mood here. And so there again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. There's 14 people in here now. Man, this is getting weird. What is that? Every time I'm trying to shut this down, you guys are messing with me.
China Joe.
People are messing with me.
Good night.
Okay, I'm going to shut it all down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We will be back here tomorrow. Hold on, what happened? So are we going, what's the time tomorrow? Because you're in Texas now, so it's all what's going on?
At 11 o'clock, Texas time.
Okay.
Which part of Texas are you in? One part's 2 hours behind us. One part's 1 hour behind us.
I'm 1 hour behind you.
So
It's 12:30 here right now.
So we're still midnight, still our time until we change that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll do this one more time. I'll try and do it again. This is getting crazy. More people. How is there more people in here, for God's sakes? 13. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest to take us out. He's round, he's fat, he's flaccid, he's full of extra gravy. Brown stained fat in 3, 2, 1.
This is Brown Stain Fat, and you've been listening to Chrissy Ann Live on Friday night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up and all that great stuff. We'd like to thank Chrissy Ann for finally showing up on her own show. That's really good to see you. And it's Father, as always, you're weird, but I like you anyways. Okay, well, I will talk to you later, and China Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow. And as always, please come back. We really appreciate you tuning in. We really do. Thank you. We're out.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Good night.